I have to make fun of this. I have to make fun of this. What I'm about to show you is the most pathetic update I've ever seen from a game. It's just one of the saddest posts I've ever seen in terms of like, what are you doing? I told myself I wasn't going to make fun of this anymore, but I can't help it. We got to make a little more fun of Gods Unchained. So here's a post from the support manager yesterday night, 11 o'clock p.m. in my time zone. He said, I want to provide an update about the ongoing issues and delays we had recently with various rewards, campaigns, and technical issues. Firstly, these issues are always top of mind for us. And in case you don't know, if anyone's super in the dark, the Gods Unchained app is very buggy, and the community has had a ton of concerns. API access and deck sniping, slow release of new features, sealed cheaters, and then the subsequent ban waves, which seem to have banned a bunch of innocent people, weekend reward packs not being distributed properly, among a lot of other just like weird little things. So firstly, they said, these issues are always top of mind for us, and we discuss them regularly internally as a team, as we constantly juggle the competing priorities in our workload. These are as painful for us as they are for you, and we hate seeing these types of issues continue to prop up so frequently. So in other words, we don't know how to fix them, we can't figure it out, we don't want to work harder, and we can't figure it out, and we're sad. We just want you to know we're sad. We can't fix it, but we're in pain. We're in pain. All right, next thing they said, we're working as hard as we can to address these outstanding issues while also taking the time to refactor a lot of our back-end systems as we continue our plight in fixing legacy code and creating the much more stable foundation to work from. Keep an eye on status updates this week for more details. Brother, spaghetti code, legacy code, stable foundation. I mean, if you take a drink every time you hear them complain about this, you'll have alcoholism. All right? Like, if every time someone on the staff makes an excuse from some shit from 5 years ago that should have been fixed 2 years ago, 1 year ago, 6 months, like, I would be drunk 24/7. It's just... Oh, man. Lastly, I realize a lot of these issues boil down to good old communication, which I know has been lacking as of late, to say the least. But we're still working as hard as ever behind the scenes and making progress on a number of these systems aside our ongoing roadmap developments, and there's a lot of good things coming. It's the most pathetic update I've ever seen. And now that I'm not playing Gods Unchained, I'm actually realizing where some of the gaslighting is made possible, because from a distance, it's kind of hard to explain just how badly the game does like run and how bad the development is. Because, you know, you can actually play the card game, you can build a deck, play a game, get from the beginning of the game to the end, and sometimes you won't have any issues and it seems okay. But once you realize that, like, there's all these weird things and none of them ever get fixed, once you realize the trajectory that bugs are introduced, new bugs are added to the games, but never fixed. So, I mean, occasionally stuff gets better. Like, the trajectory of the game is that the app is actually getting worse and worse as time goes on. And it's all these little things. Like, sometimes when you load into a game, you have to wait for 3 minutes. Your queue pops, and then it has a 3-minute timer, never connects, and then the game is canceled. Never seen that in any other game in my life. API deck sniping, where your opponents can see your deck when you queue into them, not the order of the cards, but they can see exactly what cards you're running. And if you don't run the app that does the deck sniping, if you don't even know about it, then you're just at a complete disadvantage, as you might not even know. The fact that at one point, competitive teams were using that to get an advantage while keeping it secret, and the fact that Gods Unchained has claimed they're going to take action on it for years and literally never done it. Like, it's over time just how they only can make, like, I've never seen such incompetent development, and, like, I was not going to talk about it, but this post is just so sad. Let's just real quick break it down. First off, the issues we've had with rewards, campaigns, and technical issues. This is like, so what, the entire game? Like, what doesn't have issues? Like, what doesn't? I mean, rewards and campaigns is one thing, but, like, technical issues? Brother, the whole game is a technical issue. So they talk about discussing them and being painful, and we hate to see these issues. The reason you hate seeing these issues pop up so frequently is because you have to keep answering for them. You don't hate seeing them because you care about the player base. If you cared about the player base, you would have done more. Unless you are so incompetent you literally just can't do it, it's hard to understand how it can be this bad unless, to some extent, the team just doesn't really care. This is not what caring looks like, is having a post like this in the first place. So step 2, we're working as hard as we can, blah, blah, blah. Literally, step 1, we feel bad. Sorry, guys. Step 2, spaghetti code, legacy code, spaghetti code. Like, just shut it down if you can't. Oh my God. I don't know. Whatever. And then lastly, they say communication has been lacking, to say the least. So what the fuck are you doing right? So the game doesn't work. The back end is fucked, and you've been talking about fixing it for 2+ years, and yet nothing ever changes. And also your communication is like, what are you doing? I feel so bad for the card designers, for Bryn and whoever else, because the card game at this point is the only thing carrying Gods Unchained plus people's bag bias. Like, guys, what? It's just crazy, bro. I don't know. Like, I have never seen a post in a Discord in the announcement channel for a game that's been going that long with that much money spent, that basically just says, hey guys, we're so bad at development, we don't know what to do, and trust us, we're gonna fix it real soon. Like, oh my God. So I don't know. Does anyone else think that's like the worst post they've ever seen in terms of just like what is happening? Like, sheer incompetency. I don't know. I couldn't help it. I had to make fun of it. I thought that was kind of like one of the most pathetic posts ever. So, all right, that's it. Have a good one. Lux signing out.